What is going on, guys? It's Kieran Scott here. So today's video is going to be about shopping in Aldi, how you can do that in a cost-effective way, because at the moment food prices are getting expensive. So I want to show you guys a few different options and selections that you can choose from, and most importantly, just teaching you the overall importance of nutrition and how you don't have to eat chicken, rice and broccoli to get into shape. So without further ado, this video is going to be shopping in Aldi, make it cheap, effective and fun. So sit back, relax and enjoy. The first items that I pick up when I go shopping in Aldi are the fruit and veg, just because it's the first thing that you get into the store. Now, the reason why it's super important to have fruit and veg in your diet is volume. These things are what's going to keep you fuller for longer. I like to use watermelon and strawberry because they are very low in calorie and very high in volume. So what that means is you can eat a lot of it and it not be that effective on calories. So if you take a chocolate bar, for example, say you do a row of chocolate, that might be 120 calories just for a long bar. You'd have to eat probably about 300 to 400 grams, if you're lucky, of strawberries or watermelon to get anywhere close to those calories. So when you are dieting, stuff like fruit isn't the enemy. You want to make sure that you are using it because it's very low calorie and you get a lot of it, so it's going to keep you fuller for longer. If you aren't a fan of obviously watermelon and strawberries, you can use stuff like raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, the list goes on, but those are my personal favorites, which are strawberries and watermelon. Next up, let's talk about protein. Protein is really important. It's going to keep you fuller for longer. It also uses a lot of energy for your body to digest it. And most importantly, that's what's going to help you build that good quality lean muscle. Now, this is kind of the most expensive part of the shop because protein is always going to be more expensive. I remember when I first got into lifting weights and first got into fitness, I really couldn't afford chicken breast. So if you can't afford it fresh, just buy it frozen and take it out as of when you need to, so you don't have to worry about it going off. I do get more than steak and I do get more than burgers. I do get my chicken from Aldi, but unfortunately, I've already got that in the fridge, so there was no point buying any more. Just a quick one, there are going to be certain things in this video that I've already got in my fridge, so that's going to make the bill a little bit more expensive, but I'm just showing you guys what I actually needed. So stuff like chicken breast is really good. If you want to mix it up a little bit and you have the calories, make sure you go for chicken thighs because they taste a little bit better and they're a little bit cheaper. So good quality protein is really important, and I've found that the Aldi stuff is spot on. It's not really watery like most supermarkets who just pump a lot of water in there just to make sure it makes the weight, but again, just making sure you get a good selection of protein. You can use fish if you want to, but I prefer the kind of like the leaner things, chicken breast, turkey if I really want to, but most of the time I don't go for turkey. And those 3% burgers, absolute game changers. And on my Instagram, guys, I post up food recipes, and one of my favorite ones are these low calorie burgers. So you get your burger patties, you get some brioche buns, you basically make a burger and it's really, really low in calories. I think it's about 450 calories with the buns and it's over 50 grams of protein, so definitely worth going check that out on my Instagram. Right, let's continue with the rest of the video. So next up we have cheese. Do not be afraid. You can have cheese in your diet and it makes things 10 times better. To be honest, if I have clients and they're struggling to hit their calories, I like to sprinkle a little bit of cheese on their diet just to make it taste a little bit. So I like to go for the light cheese, the square slices. I add those in my burgers. I also buy some cheese that's already diced up for me, so I put that in with some of my meals, and halloumi is brilliant and it's really cheap in Aldi. So if you do want to make things taste a little bit better, don't be afraid of cheese. Just make sure you track your calories. Up we have snacks, and I know for a lot of people snacks are really important for them. It helps them go throughout the day. So those chicken skewers are absolutely amazing. I think they're £1.40 or something like that. Pretty cheap, 18 grams of protein, and they taste really nice. You get 10 of those, so that's a really good effective way. You can buy like fridge ragers, but I really like the Aldi stuff. Next up, we have Greek yogurt. Again, really high protein, and it's a thing that you can just grab out of the fridge and grab it and eat it as of when you need to. And it's the same with the protein shakes. That protein shake is amazing. It literally just tastes of chocolate milk, and it's only £1. So if you do find yourself out and about and you're going to come off your diet, pop into Aldi, get some of those things. And like I said, you don't really need to prep it. You just buy it and off you go. And that's the whole purpose of this channel, is to show you guys that you need to make the right decision. So you could easily go out to McDonald's and smash a McDonald's, or you could take the extra bit of time, go to Aldi and get something that's actually going to keep you fuller for longer and probably be more cost effective. Thing we have is condiments and sauces. Now you have to be a little bit careful, because this is actually one of the ways that you're overeating your calories, because sauces do have calories. Now unfortunately this barbecue sauce is not sugar free. I would love it to be sugar free, but again, you can use it in your cooking, or you can use it on the side just to make meals taste a little bit better. And personally, I'd rather waste the 30 to 50, maybe even 80 calories in making my meals taste so much better than eating them bland. So again, when it comes to sauces, it's personal preference. Try and go for the sugar-free stuff, but obviously if that isn't an option, then just stick to your other stuff. Just make sure you weigh it out. And here's a little tip: if you do go out for food to a restaurant or anywhere, ask for your condiments to be on the side, so that way you can use as much as you want. Otherwise, if you go into restaurants, they might cover it in it and absolutely ruin it and make it super high calorie, whereas if you get it on the side, you can just use what you want. So, sodies!
Water during the day? No water at all? Okay. All right. And then what are you drinking during the day?
Sodies.
Sodies.
Sody pops.
As the Americans call them, or like fizzy pop in the UK. Do not be scared of diet drinks. Yes, they have aspartame in them, but that's not going to give you cancer, and that's what's not going to cause you a damage. Studies have shown that you'd have to drink like 10 litres for like 50 years or something crazy like that for that to even have an effect. And believe it or not, trying to drink 10 litres of fluids is really difficult. When it comes to dieting, if you do have a sweet tooth, go for the sugar-free drinks. These ones are really cheap. I like to get the fake Lilts and the fake Fantas, and they just make it a little bit more nicer. If I want something naughty, I would just get myself one of these, and I generally have about one a day in my evening meals or lunchtime. It just gives me that nice taste instead of drinking water all the time. So again, if you do want to drink fizzy drinks, you can lose weight on them. Just make sure they're sugar free, because last thing you want to do is be drinking your calories. So we're getting to the end of the shop now, and that's when I typically like to do my frozen stuff, just so it doesn't melt in my trolley. So frozen veg, I like to get my veg frozen just because it lasts a little bit longer, and it means that I can store it in the freezer and I don't have to worry about it going off. And don't worry, you're not going to lose any micronutrients. If anything, you're going to keep them because it's frozen. So I typically like to either boil or steam my veg, and I like to get a mixture of either carrots, green beans and stuff like that. So again, you can just buy that frozen and you can swap things out if you want to. Moving over to ice cream now. Again, we're coming into the summertime in the UK, and people are going to want something really nice to eat. So lucky enough, these days there are lots of different options in low calorie ice cream. So the one that you've just seen there, that one's pretty good. I personally like the little fake Mars bar ice creams that they do for like 140 calories, and again, I might have one or two of those a day. And for the sake of eating foods I want to whilst dieting, that's the whole purpose of it. Last thing you want to do is restrict yourself. So if I know that I can have 2 little ice creams over the day, that's going to keep me on point with my diet. Last thing I want to do is not eat them, go months and months and weeks without them, and then binge and then undo all my hard work. So I'm very much an opinion of making sure that we factor these things in. So if I know I can have that and I have the option, I can say yes or no whether I want it or not. And that's a lot better than being told, no, you can't have one. So again, just make sure you find something that you enjoy. And lucky enough, these days, there are lots of decent low calorie ice creams. So towards the end of the shop, this is where I typically like to get my eggs. Eggs are really brilliant. Like if you are struggling in terms of finance and you need something that's high in protein and it's going to keep you full and really cost effective, eggs are brilliant. You can do lots of things with them. You can do scrambled egg, you can add them into meals, you can make an omelette. I personally absolutely love eggs and I think they're one of the best things. Next up we have hippie milk. You've heard it here first. I call it hippie milk. I don't know why. I just think it's quite hippie and stuff like that. Very good option when you're dieting, very low calorie, and especially for those people that are lactose intolerant, almond milk is brilliant. You can go for oat milk and soy milk, but I personally prefer almond milk. And again, picking up an Aldi is really cheap and cost effective. And then towards the end of the shop, that's when I like to get my bread. I'm not eating bread at the moment, but what I am doing is having burgers near enough every night. So I like to use the brioche buns. And again, they are high in protein. I think there's like 10 grams of protein and it's really cost effective. I think it's like £1.50 for 8 of them. So I get about 4 meals out of them, which is really nice. And the point of that is to say, look, stuff like bread and pasta isn't going to get you fat. Over consuming calories will get you fat, but just because you're eating bread, it isn't going to make you fat. Yes, there probably are better options that keep you fuller, but again, you can have bread and still lose weight. So that's what I typically do towards the end of the shop. I want Lidl to give me commission on this one. I mean, not many people are going to watch this video, but these yogurt pots are absolutely amazing. Like, I don't know, if you have ever had one, a Rolo yogurt, at the top of the Rolo yogurt, there is a thin layer of chocolate, and that's exactly what it tastes like. I do not know how they've made this very high protein. I do, it's semi-skim milk and milk powder and stuff like that. But these are absolutely amazing. If you have a sweet tooth, if you're struggling to hit your protein goals, these things are amazing. They're 99p, so I buy a whole tray of them. So a tray of them is 12 quid, and that will last me just under 2 weeks. And the brilliant thing is, when I feel like I want like something like sweet and I want some chocolate, I can just say, look, I'm not going to get a chocolate bar. I'm going to go into the fridge. I'm going to get one of these protein pots, and they're absolutely to die for. So they're a really good option, like most protein options out there. So guys, that is the end of the video. Hopefully you have enjoyed the video. If you found the video useful, if you could do a couple of things for me, don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, and comment below, obviously, if this has helped you. And if you do have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. So if you do have those questions, put them in the comment section below, and share this video with anyone that you think is going to benefit from. So if you know anyone that's struggling with their nutrition, or if you're thinking about starting it with your partner, share this video. It's very much appreciated, because I just want to get the word out there that's showing people they can get fit and healthy and it's not going to cost them an arm and a leg. Anyway guys, as always, don't forget to keep it real, and I'll catch you in the next one.